Hello, my podcast people, and thank you for joining me for yet another episode of my favorite online business podcast. If you're tuning in, listening, watching on the day it drops, it is Monday, March 2nd. Welcome to March, and happy birthday to my lovely lady, Lex. Do me a solid, go wish her a very happy birthday today. Hit her up on the gram, Lex Lancaster _ It is her birthday. So today, we're talking about Instagram. I'm not telling you what I'm doing for her birthday because I don't want to hear. I don't want her to hear. Remember, I recorded this in the past. That happens in the future. She's right over there. So we're not going to talk about it. But today we're talking about Instagram, and we're answering the question, is Instagram dead? I know. I've moved away from Instagram coaching because, in fact, I got a business announcement that is about my messaging services. And I'm also pretty sure that I made an episode about this in the past. Because this sentiment comes up every however many years, cyclical. And we're here in the cycle again of people being like, is it dead? It's dead. So we're talking about it today. But that business update, like I said, I've moved away from Instagram like as my front-facing specific offer. But I'd be doing messaging. And yeah, what you say on Instagram, how you show up on Instagram is part of messaging. So it makes sense. But the messaging services are live. I did manage to roll them out last week. We got 5 new messaging services. Technically 6. One is a retainer, and that's only the waitlist right now. But we got 5 new messaging services. One, the super simple messaging audit. I have a range of prices here and a range of touch points. So that's the easiest, the lowest touch points, the lowest price point is the super simple messaging diagnostic. Send me your shit. I'll tell you what the messaging issue is. And it's all async, meaning there's no meetings or anything like that. I'll send you a report. Then we got the sales page messaging audit. Really fun one. Again, no touch points. Send me your shit. I'll tell you what's wrong. The messaging meeting, that is one-on-one. We're together for an hour talking about all the things. Who's your avatar? It's usually the biggest thing that we cover. And what I mean by that's usually the biggest thing that we cover. Why? Because this is my Maestro meetings. I've just rebranded it, right? And this is a part of messaging. This is a part of marketing. This is a part of saying things so that people can see, then actually understand what's going on. But in these calls that I've done hundreds of them at this point, that's the number one thing that we talk about is who's your avatar, getting super clear on that. Because once we get clear on that, then we can start thinking about, yes, their language, but what problems do they have? What do they actually care about? What is showing up in a way that's congruent with your messaging that's going to resonate with them actually look like? So that's the messaging meeting. Then I have a website messaging audit that's all async, but that does have support in the back end. So that's 2 weeks of support with that. And there's 2 weeks of support with the sales page messaging audit. And then there is the messaging month in your business, all up in your business for 1 month. But you can check that all out at the link. All right, the link that's in the show notes. I made a whole page. I made a whole bunch of pages. It's taken me about 3 weeks to do all this stuff. So you can check that out, movingmaestro.com/messaging-services. But Courtney, thank you. Jojo, thank you. That will be linked for you guys. But I'm big stoked about them. I am. I'm big stoked. They're big. They're aligned. They're big aligned with what I do and what comes naturally and what I really enjoy helping people with. So if you want help, let me help you. Let me help you say the thing. Holler, as always, if you got any questions. But main topic for today, Instagram. Is it dead? And why are we talking about this? Because I've seen rumblings about it on threads, and I've had some clients and former clients reach out expressing, we'll call it unhappiness about their reach, right? Instagram, friends, it is an abusive fucking relationship, right? It's an abusive relationship if the 2 things are true. 1, you expect anything from your efforts, and 2, you look at the metrics. If you look at the metrics and you're looking at the reach and all that shit, it's going to feel abusive. If you expect to be rewarded for your efforts, it's going to 100% feel abusive. Instagram is, and I've said it a million times, it is the Vegas slot machines. The house always fucking wins. Always. There is no way to game the system. Your best chance at winning is to do the max bet, meaning post the most, and to always be playing, pulling. Right. Another option you have, slightly, is to play at a casino that is known to actually let people win, right? Which is the equivalent in this case of having a niche that gets traction, which right now would be a political account, right? That's getting traction. But there's literally no way to fucking crack the code because there's no code to crack, right? What does well now will not do well later. What did well before will not do well now. You can do it with your own content. Repost it. You see, it doesn't do the same, right? But note, everything can work. And at some point, what works now will stop working. And then you go on to the next thing, right? So seeing the question, I'm primarily seeing this question on Threads, which is Instagram dead? Just move over here. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, right? Yes, Instagram is dead in terms of the Instagram that we all knew. It changes. It always changes, right? The Instagram that we knew, sepia tone, still shots, dead. Or the boldly captioned talking head reels, dead. Right? It's no longer. What is Instagram right now? What is alive? It's a dumpster fire. I'll tell you that much. It is a fucking dumpster fire. And also, who knows? Do carousels, do reels, do longer reels. Everything has quote unquote worked. And it has always killed me that people would say otherwise, right? No, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. It all fucking works. It always has worked, right? Carousels have always worked. Single images, they worked at some point because that was the default. Short reels worked. Longer reels worked. Instagram TV, that didn't really work because Instagram was having identity crisis. Didn't know what went where. But still worth trying. Right? Play around with the things. Keep yourself on the platform long enough to stay on it. Long enough to actually win. Right? And one of the things that I think is so frustrating, if anything, is that the algorithm does look to stifle and kill creativity. It does reward you posting the exact same kind of content, which is going to kill you. So that is something to consider. But all the different types of content, quote unquote, work, right? The real thing to understand here is that if you're trying to start a online business, or you have an online business and you're trying to use Instagram, or rather you need a place where, let me back it up. If you are trying to start an online business, or if you have an online business, you will need a place where the people are at, right? You need a place where you can show up and show your personality and build trust. Instagram is still one of those places, as frustrating as it can be. There are absolutely other places. You just got to pick one and commit. Substack, right? If you like to write, that'd be Substack. YouTube, if you like doing longer form content. Podcasting, but then you got to promote the shit out of it somewhere and get into the podcasting world. And I don't really even know how you do that. Threads? I don't think so. I do not think that Threads is a good avenue for your business. To be completely honest, unless you're a service, business to business, and you do things for people, then maybe, because there are a lot of people on there that I see, a lot of people like me on there, except these people need someone to work for them. But I don't think they're going to pay anyone. That's kind of the read I get. They're asking questions and I'm like, red flag, you're not going to pay anyone. But you still need a place where you can show up and show people your personality, right? They're all the same. All these platforms are fucking same. They're going to require the same level of effort, the same level of commitment, and they're all going to come with the same level of guarantee of success, which is none. None. It is simply about picking the platform that you enjoy the best. Right? Do not be fooled by content creators that have mastered one platform and they got bored and now they're chopping it up on a new platform. Don't let them tell you that the original platform is dead. Right? It's dead for them. They don't want to be on it. It's dead as they knew it, but people are still there. Right? I'm thinking about one in particular, and she doesn't shit on the old platforms. She has moved to a different platform, and she's doing very well there. And she's like, hey, I can teach you how to do well over on this platform. Amazing. But understand that she is bringing an audience from these other platforms. So it's not a truly fresh start. Right? She's in the same kind of thing and has moved over here. So just understand what ties into someone's success on a platform, and you still gotta fucking show up. She did a thread the other day actually, and she was like, yeah, I'm making money with these videos, but they take me 16 hours to edit. And it's yeah, it's not 2 seconds. All right. So me saying that Instagram isn't dead, it's not me, being naive. Instagram can absolutely suck to be on, right? It sucks largely, in my opinion, because of what is going on in the United States and what's going on in the world. But the complete and total cowardice epidemic that we're in the middle of in the United States, it's fucking terrible. There is no escape from how shitty things are, and the fact that extractive capitalism and corporate capitalism is going to come and kill us all. I think that's the point that folks are missing when they're like, is it Instagram dead? It's no, it's just that it feels fucking weird as shit to be posting about this thing when you're just look at all of this terrible shit. And nothing's happened. Nothing's happening. People aren't being arrested. People are being stolen from the streets. People are being shot in the streets. Justice is not being served. Chaos is reigning. Billionaires are getting more billionaire, moving into trillionaire territory. It feels objectively weird to be buy my thing. Feels fucking weird. That is the biggest issue. Right? And so then you add that to the fact that people are some people aren't talking about stuff, and then people are just talking about the stuff that they sell, and you're like, this is fucking weird. You're not even acknowledging the fact that this is happening. And also, a lot of people move to the online space. And so it feels like all these posts are like, buy my thing, get my code. And like, it doesn't feel fun to be on there. And I fucking get it. I do. I do think that there's an opportunity there then to like not post like that and play a really long game and be like, I'm just going to show up and share. That is how I started my account. And it was the best thing I could have done. Right? I just posted for like 4 years before I even asked for anything. I was like, I just got shit to say and just to talk about. Right? The platform is not dead. I have clients that are growing on this thing. It's not, and they are growing and they are attracting clients and they are converting clients. Right? It's not dead. Right? Is it easy to grow? No. Do the posts get the same reach that they used to? No. Are people still growing? Yes. And I'm not making this up. I have people that I work with and they are growing. Are posts still getting reach? Yes. Yes, they are. Right? So my advice, the action item for this episode is, if you want to be on Instagram, right? And first off, if you're like, I want to be on here, but like, it's just like a lot right now, fucking take a break. Go ahead. It's fine. Right, but then when you come back, post and ghost, baby. Post and ghost. All right, I've said it since day one and folks don't want to fucking listen. And then finally, eventually they come around to it. Ignore the fucking metrics. In the off chance that the metrics are even remotely helpful, they will stop being helpful. And they will become harmful for your mental health, right? Because what once worked will stop working. And then you're going to be sad. And you're going to be like, I've seen it a million times. You're going to show up and do a post proclaiming that you're no longer chasing the algorithm and you're just going to post what makes you happy. Just start doing that right now. Just start doing that right now. I play the long game, folks, and invest in index funds. I could do a whole fucking episode actually on the fucking moral dilemma that it is to be like in the stock market. And you're like, I'm propping up the bullshit and perpetuating the bullshit. And also the stock market is just run by men, and men are the emotional ones. They're so fucking emotional. You should not be in charge. But we'll say that for another episode. We'll save it for another episode. Play the long game. Don't be a day trader. Don't be a day trader from Instagram. Don't be a day trader in the market. Don't be that. All right, play the long game and stick around long enough for it to maybe be your turn to win one day. Maybe. All right. I will say, if you must try to game the system, the number one way that I recommend to do that is to start a new account. All right. If you think your account is dead, or maybe you fucked it up by buying followers, or it's just totally the wrong audience, start a new account. All right. Nobody wants to hear it, but it's true. All right. I'm looking at time. Let's keep this one short. Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap it up, and then you can go make a post. All right. Hopefully I wasn't too much of a Debbie Downer, but I'd be saying the truth. I've been saying this, screaming this for years, and here I am, still saying the same thing. All right, none of the platforms are dead, as in there's no point in trying to use them. It's all about finding one that you enjoy and playing that long game for every single one of them, and realizing that your likelihood of winning is very small. All right, but what the fuck else are you going to do? Huh? All right, go check out those services. Those are the messaging services if you're looking for some help with messaging. And as always, folks, I am grateful. You listen to me rant, and it does mean a lot. So if you need anything, you know where to find me. And let's do our usual sign-off. Endlessly, one more time. Endlessly appreciative for every single one of you. Until next time, friends, Maestro out.